Introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is WEI Way from Fair Lawn, New Jersey, which is right by Patterson, and I'm wearing a...
Wait. You spell your first name and last name.
Okay, IVAN, space, last name WEI, WEI Way.
WEI Way.
Yes.
All right. So, Yvonne, what is that shirt? I recognize NAACP, but then it said the BCC. What is that?
BCC stands for Bergen Community College. It's in Paramus, New Jersey. It's the largest community college, and it used to have an NAACP chapter. Why? Because I started it back in 2012. We got it to 90 paid members. How did we do that? Because of the sweater and t-shirts. People liked what we were representing, and they liked the design, and then they came up saying, hey, how do I get a sweater? Join the NAACP, you get it at cost, or you pay full price for it. So they're like, okay, you know what, I'll become a member. And that's partially how we got to 90 paid members.
So they say the revolution will not be televised, but it can be won with merch.
Yes.
Right? If you get some good merch. Now, because listen, that is a very nice hoodie, right? And you mentioned the Bergen Community County. And then your last name is Way, W-E-I.
Yeah, so I'm a Chinese Hispanic Jew. And I look white, so I use my passing to help people of color get a leg up in community.
All right, but you're not black, and you form an NAACP chapter. You know, NAACP for just for black people, right?
That's what a lot of people said that. Yeah, I'm like, no, listen. The 9 people who started, where there was 4 Jews, and then everyone else was black, but the Jewish people were there. So we tried to teach people the history of the NAACP and why it's still in use and needs to be kept up. And then again, you know, I feel the affinity because I am a person of color, and I know that we need help. And does it help to have white people on the side? Yeah, because sometimes they're listened to more than we are, which makes sense. But also, our voices need to be heard. We can't have the white savior. So people heard that message. Sometimes people are like, yo, Yvonne, quiet down. We're not going to get members that way. I'm like, we want true members. We just don't want people to sign up just to sign up. We actually want people to do some good. So our chapter was around for about 5 years, and unfortunately got taken down with some political issues with the adult branch of the NAACP.
Out there in Passaic County?
No, the whole state. President Smith and his group, the whole state. I was state president for a while of the whole state of New Jersey. I ran 46 chapters.
Really?
Yeah, the whole state of New Jersey. And then my counterpart had 44 chapters, and we butted heads a little bit.
How old were you when you started your chapter?
22?
How old
21? I'm 29 at the end of the month.
All right, you're 20. All right, you talk about youth movement, and you were a youth movement in the movement.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm still in the movement. I'm no longer youth. I'm a young adult now, I think is what I'm called. But we're the bracket of people that's forgotten about a lot is, 25 to 40-year-olds. If you talk political voting, we're forgotten from 18 to 35. So I just try to be a voice for the young people. Make sure that, our voices can be heard and should be heard.
All right. And I'm real quick, show me your sleeve. Let everybody see that sleeve, the sleeve.
So fun fact with this sweater is we designed and printed it because we have a print shop.
All right, you say we, and who designed?
Our family, my mom is the graphic designer.
What's her name?
Kimmy Way.
Kimmy Way?
Yeah.
How you spell that?
She's actually behind me. K-I-M-I space W-E-I.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
And then I like the back too.
The back is great too. 100% is protected. Justice, freedom, equality, voting. All right.
Yeah. Believe it or not, the shirt, you can't tell, but it's about 8 years old.
That's good quality material.
Yeah. We pride ourselves on that stuff.
All right. Is it still available? Because listen, I believe, merch is important.
It is important.
Right? Not just the LeVar Ball, right?
Yeah, that's
ball.
true.
And,
so the chapter, since they bought the shirts, I don't even know if they have any extra stuff. But some people have asked, like, yo, can I buy one?
Yeah.
And we've been thinking, like, we have the design.
Yes.
We might want to do that.
Is it time to bring back?
It might.
Even if it doesn't say BCC in NAACP, I mean, you're still in Bergen County. It could be
I am
BC
Bergen County.
in NAACP. Right?
Yeah, I just had to check with the adult chapter, see if they want to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because listen, I tell you, that is a very nice hoodie.
Thank you.
Quality as well.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. And so listen, like I say, you talked about, growing up in I say in a movement and an activist. And then, but then today you're here in Newark, and you talk about being a progressive. I guess you progressed into the progressive movement, right? With Bernie Sanders and these guys, and also Larry Ham was running for the Senate here as part of Bernie Sanders' national ticket.
Yes.
Progressive ticket. And so you're here. So you want to talk about that?
Yeah. So I became a progressive in 2015. We're getting ready for the 2016 election. I didn't really know who I wanted back. I'm not a Hillary supporter. And then my mom's like, yo, what do you think of Bernie Sanders? So we did some research, and I'm like, yo, this guy's a real deal. Like, he really is for the people. So I actually had a chance to represent Bernie in the DNC in Philadelphia in 2016.
Democratic National Convention.
Yes, the Democratic National Convention. And that just kept me going. 'Cause I'm like, yo, we need, even though he lost, his movement got started. And I'm like, let's see, I had a feeling it's going to die, but didn't. It's 4 years later, almost, right, that he started it. And I like the progressive movement. I like progressive Democrats because they actually want to see change. The status quo can no longer be what it is. It's not helping us little people. And we little people, we need help, right, with higher wage, livable housing, no mold in the house, right, better streets that are not filled with potholes, right, police that look like us, that live in the community would be great too, healthcare. There's so many things that, like, Bernie and other progressive candidates are for. Oh, and I totally forgot the most important, have trees and water to drink and air to breathe. So these things I've always believed in, but I just believe in greater, that it can actually be done with progressive people in office. And in some places, like Mr. Larry Ham, he's running for Senate, and I think he could really win, and he'd be another voice for us voiceless. So I'm going to be a progressive Democrat for, I'm pretty sure, the rest of my life. I've been a Democrat, but once I became a Bernie person, my local Democrats in Fairlawn, New Jersey, like, oh, you're not a real Democrat. I'm like, guys, I vote the whole line all the time. I'm just hoping the line starts with Bernie and you back him as well as I have. So we'll see. And I'm just really glad that he's inspired other young people to run against the status quo. So hopefully we'll find out in June 2nd, you know, for the primary. Make sure people get out to vote down the ballot, bring other people to the polls, right? Vote early by vote by mail. There's no excuse that you can't vote early. You can't leave your apartment if you're old, or you're disabled, or you're away in college. Do a vote by mail, right? You should be voting every election if you haven't already started.
All right. You talked about the youth, inspiring the youth, but I guess he also inspired the older generation too. You got Larry Ham, who's been around for forever, you know, in POP, and now all of a sudden he's running for office. And he said he ran when he was like 19, and he didn't like it, but he's back out there getting on the campaign trail now. What do you think about that?
I think that's fabulous. You know, listen, people are like, Bernie's too old. Then I'm like, okay, who are you backing? They're like, Biden. I'm like, Biden is 10 months younger than Bernie. So how is Bernie too old, but Biden isn't, right? I think age is just a number. As long as the spark is there and you can do it. I actually made a tweet earlier today saying that Bernie Sanders probably has more stamina than I do. I don't think I could run a presidential election right now. Like, you have to really be strong-willed and have a lot of energy to be able to run the whole 50 states, you know what I mean? So it takes a special person, and Larry Ham is that special person. I think he has a good shot in New Jersey. He's what? I think he just turned 66 or 67, right? He looks better than I do. I hope I can look that good at that age. And I think, you know, age is just a number as long as you have the right mindset, the right spirit, and you're fighting for the right things. Young, old, just go run if you have the right ideas.
All right. And also I would say, regardless of age, you get the right organization and the right group of individuals with you to support you and help you along, then I mean, you can spread the work out and spread the burden.
That's true. You got to delegate and you got to collaborate, right? Learn to collaborate. A quick story of this chapter real quick. The reason we also got help to get to 90 paid members, right, is we always collaborate on anything. Voter education forum, environmental issues, social justice. We always collaborate with as many clubs as we could. That way they help unload the flyers, get the word out there, because you can't do the work all by yourself. As you said, you need to collaborate with good organizations, good people, right? And sometimes it helps to have a little bit of money, especially if you're running a big campaign. But the people power, as you know, as Pop always says, is people power. People's Organization for Progress. So he's living it, and hopefully other people will live it and like his messaging.
All right. So listen, give yourself a plug. You guys are not merching, which I think is a big thing. I mean, but then again, you're working for Larry Ham campaign, and you know his thing is go ham.
It is go ham, right?
So maybe you can come up with some go ham merch.
That would be great. Our business is The Way LLC. We also can do political work because we have a union shop. So we've been doing some political campaigns for Zena Spadakis. I don't remember her district, but I know I'm gonna get the word out for her as I have been. And we do T-shirts, sweaters, swag material, swag items. table throws, retractable banners, anything you need to promote yourself, we can do the printing of that.
All right. So the way, like.
Oh, the way, my last name. So it's the THE way WEI.com. Yeah, if you want to reach me by email, my name's IVANWEI88@gmail.com. My phone number, if you want to call and text, is 201-688-0036. I know we get a lot of spammers, so I don't pick up unknown numbers as much as I used to, but I always answer texts.
All right. Listen, I do too. And you also, if you want some cool merch, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have to probably bring this back to the table, and sell it.
And listen, I wanted to one last thing, because like I hate to say I dabble, right?
Okay.
But I'm interested in Asian philosophy and philosophy, and so like Lao Tzu and things like that.
Okay.
And so the way they talk about the way in Taoism, and so your last name is Way, the name of your company is The Way.
Yes.
So it seems to me that there's some a lot of good things happening there. We talk about feng shui.
Yeah, feng shui. I am actually Taoist. So is my mom. We went through it. I don't know if my brother's Taoist. I don't know if he went through the whole thing, but my mom and I did. It was fun. People are like, oh, that's hard. I'm like, no, it's really simple. You do what you can. You practice being a good person, right? And you go to a ceremony. You say the prayers at the time, and then for 30 days, they say, at least our group said, you don't have to be vegetarian for all 30 days, but we would love if you do. But just have one vegetarian meal a day for 30 days. And at the end, you'll graduate. It's all by honor. If you didn't do it, you try again, right? So thankfully I was able to do it the one shot. And our chapter is in New York that we've been to every now and then.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're Ivan Way, and you are
Yvonne
on the way.
Way.
I mean Yvonne Way,
Way.
and you're living the way.
Yes. Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.